Welcome back to Ice Cream Sundays. My name is Tara, and each week I'll be showing you a different homemade ice cream recipe. This week I made an orange cream ice cream that has a vanilla custard base and an orange curd swirled throughout. If you love an orange creamsicle, you'll definitely be a fan of this recipe. So first I'm going to start off making the orange curd, and here I'm just zesting one large orange into my sugar and citric acid mixture. Massaging the zest with the sugar is just going to help pull out a lot of the orange flavor from the zest that we won't get from just using the juice. Also, if you don't have citric acid, you can use 1 to 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I just wanted to add something sour to really punch up that orange flavor. And to that, I'll add in my eggs and I'll whisk that and set it aside. Now I'm just taking that orange that we zested and I'm just squeezing out as much of that juice as I can. And then I'm going to place it on the stove over medium-high heat until it starts to simmer. Then I'll pour that into my sugar and egg mixture a little bit at a time, just to bring up the temperature before we put it back on the stove. Then I'm just going to stir that constantly until it thickens. Once the mixture thickens, I'm going to pour it through a strainer into a bowl so I can get a smooth mixture. Then I'll add in my butter, salt, cream, and extracts. Then I'm just going to stir that together until everything's combined and my butter has melted. Then I just let that cool in the fridge while I work on the custard. So into a sauce pot over medium-high heat, I'm adding my cream, milk, and my salt. And I'm just going to stir that together until it comes to a simmer. While I wait for my milk and cream to simmer, I'm going to whisk together my eggs and my sugar until it is light and airy. Now that the liquid is simmering, I'm going to temper that egg mixture. So I'm just going to pour in a little bit at a time and whisk it in. And I'm going to continue to do that until I've added about 2/3 of the liquid. Now that the egg mixture is tempered, I'm going to add all that back to the pan, and I'm going to stir this constantly until the mixture thickens. Then I'll just remove that from the heat, and I'm going to strain it into a bowl that I have fitted over an ice bath. Now I'll stir in my vanilla. Then I'll let this sit over an ice bath, stirring occasionally until the mixture fully cools. Now that everything is cooled down, I'm going to go ahead and add my custard to my ice cream machine. And I'll let it spin until I get this consistency. And now I can start layering my ice cream. So here I'm just using a freezer safe container, and I'm just going in alternating with the vanilla custard and the orange curd. Now, you guys have seen enough of my videos to know that I like to do the layering method because I like a nice pretty swirl, but honestly the ice cream is going to taste the same if you just mix the curd into the custard. It's up to you. And this recipe did yield me a little over 1 quart of ice cream. So once I use both the custard and the curd, I'm going to go ahead and cover it and let it freeze overnight. And here's how it looked the next day. This ice cream flavor really transported me back to my childhood. It's funny because my older brother actually walked into the kitchen while I was scooping this, and we laughed about how our mom wouldn't allow us to touch her creamsicles in the freezer when we were kids. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Ice Cream Sundays. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check the description for ingredients and amounts, and I'll also have the link to the ice cream machine that I use in the description as well. Please make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.